Somebody said that they were going to donate a prize pool for Garrett versus Moses, I think. But I don't remember seeing one. No, I don't remember seeing one. Drink water. You drink water constantly. That explains why you had to go pee about 4 times. That explains it. So, anyway, Moses is up for probably a bigger challenge this game. This is going to be an interesting one. These guys are former teammates. Moses didn't steal that boost. He will get it now, but this has definitely changed the line of play. Moses could have had a free possession if he just took the boost and then intercepted Garrett's weak hit. Now we've got a bit more of an even situation. Both players fully in control of their boost situation. I don't like Moses giving Garrett space here, but that's a horrendous touch by the aforementioned. Like I said, these guys are former teammates. We've got Moses, who is now, I believe, teaming up with... Who is he teaming up with? Hot Wheels Sid and somebody in chat. Who's Moses on a team with? And Garrett is teamed up with, of course, NRG. He doesn't have energy in his name right now, but we've seen him on stream since he joined that team with Jacob and Fireburner. Probably most people's pick for the best team in North America in 3v3, but we'll have to wait and see how the season develops. Oh, Moses has just redirected the cross into the net. Beautiful stuff. Let's see this from Moses' perspective. He's giving Garrett a lot of space, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that at all. Garrett's shots are very dangerous. That's something that he will be... That's one situation in 1v1 where he will be comfortable in. But of course, Garrett is not a 1v1 main. He is definitely a 3v3 main. So he himself has said, for me to tell you that he sucks at ones. So yeah, he wanted you to know that. Hey, Sterling PR, appreciate the sub. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy your stay. Moses to the crossbar. That could have just been a goal if he shot properly, because Garrett was very low in boost and in an awkward position. But 1-0 will remain for Garrett. And Garrett, I believe he underrates himself in ones. I think he's a lot smarter as a ones player than he gives himself credit for. And like, some of his strengths that I believe allow him to compete with players who are more experienced in ones than he is recovery time and just his ability to hit the ball really, really hard. But, you know, also goalkeeping and aerials. These are definitely strengths of Garrett. Of course, one thing that he has to think about is not going up for aerials that would usually be okay to go for in threes. Moses, that was a cracking bump. He's got a free possession now. Turning before the mid boost. Interesting line of play. Garrett has not collected his boost though, so that could have had a lot of different permutations. If Moses had just waited for the ball to go over to the right hand side, he could have collected mid boost and played that situation a lot slower. He didn't have to shoot it exactly then and there. We'll have to wait and see if he does that, if he just rips his shots at the earliest possible moment, or if he plays it a bit slower. Oh, nice shot by Garrett. That's exactly what we're used to seeing from him. Air roll shot, very consistent, and he's able to get that angle with the air roll. Notice how he leans back and air rolls to the left, just so that he can reach round the left side of the ball to make sure that he keeps it on net. Very well done by Garrett. And he's got a beautiful scrub kickoff. That's of course another aspect of his game, which the first time I saw Garrett play ones, I was waiting to see if he would do good kickoffs. I was like, I wonder if he'll be able to hold his own against, I believe it was Overzero, who I'd seen play ones before at high level. And it turned out, yes, he could. Garrett's kickoff is pretty solid, so he, overall, I think, I've talked a lot about him right now, but that's just purely because he said to me before playing that he doesn't think he's good at ones, and he wanted you guys to know he sucks. So I'm telling you that, and then I'm arguing that point because I disagree. So there you go. That's just my thoughts on Garrett's ones game. We'll see how he can do for the rest of this series. He's already up by 2 against Moses, and he's comfortable in defense when the ball's high up above his net, as always. And Moses, with this backing off strategy, I'm not sure if it's going to work, because Garrett does like shooting, and he is pretty comfortable at setting up shots for himself. He doesn't need a teammate to be there to set up his shots. So we'll have to wait and see if Moses is going to adapt his strategy. But right now he's just getting punished. Garrett showing Moses how it's done, saying this is how you pressure your opponent. Immediately challenge at the earliest opportunity. Air roll shot again into the open net. Very impressive stuff from Garrett at the start of this game. You donated your weed fumes. Oh, okay. So it was Carm Liz who wanted to donate his weed fumes to the winner of this game. Moses going for a fake, so Garrett doesn't fall for it. Bad news for Moses, because now he's going to have to try something different. You don't want to try too many failed mind games in a row against the same opponent. Good half flip by Moses to stay relevant, and Garrett's doing the exact same thing. Notice how they just half flip straight through the ball when they want to challenge in that manner. And that's, like I talked about earlier, one of those situations where Garrett's maybe going to have to force himself to stay grounded, because that aerial was pretty much just a 50-50 with Moses, which always favors the defender in that situation. Okay, Garrett's going to test himself a little bit, go for the top left corner air dribble. Oh my goodness, what an air dribble! He just put that ball on a postage stamp in the top left corner. Incredible stuff. Moses not even close to saving that one. Precision to the maximum from GarrettG. That is an incredible air dribble right there. He just got a great first touch, lifted the ball all the way. Very, very well played by the youngster, who has been considered by many to be the best 3v3 player in North America for the end of 2016. Oh, Moses has somehow saved this, but will he get the counter? No, he will not. Garrett dunks it in. What on earth just happened here? Let's take a look at what Moses saw. So Moses, well played to actually keep that out of the net, because he own goaled it initially, but then he held down his boost button to get the post pinch to save it. Unfortunately, Garrett was still in the vicinity, and now we've got Brazil looming. GarrettG looking very comfortable against Moses. Oh, bar down and in. Garrett gets the Brazil. Beautiful clinical shot by Garrett once again. He's dominating Moses on kickoffs right here. And Moses, despite his best efforts, could not keep out that cracking redirect. Really nice stuff from Garrett coming in here. And this will be a best of 5, by the way. So Moses, plenty of time to try and get a little bit of a comeback going. Gets an air roll shot of his own off face-off, so a little bit of revenge here. But it's 1 goal too late to stop the Brazil. Can you do something about the spam? That is a good question, guys. Glad to see that you're all having good fun in the chat, as usual. Okay, Moses is going to go for a backboard play. Oh, well played. Notice how he leans back here and aerials away from the wall, because he realizes with his current momentum after jumping, he's actually going to reach the ball too fast. Slows himself down by pointing his boost in the opposite direction of his momentum, and he gets the Devo play. Backboard will reward Moses with a chance to come back. This is a lot more possible now. Couple of great shots by Moses, but he's going to need 4 more. And Garrett, oh, half flips the wrong way. He's missed the boost. That's another one for Moses. Suddenly he only needed 3 more, 32 seconds to do it. And Garrett, notice how he tried to half flip over the boost, but he turned the wrong way. He had his joystick pointed just in the wrong direction right there. Interesting. Will Moses be able to turn this one around? Garrett has to hold steady. He's got the win in the bag. He just needs to make sure not to lose 3 goals. Moses fires wide. And now that's probably going to be game. Garrett will not want to give up possession. He's actually just given away possession immediately, as I've said it. I would not be surprised to see Garrett just forcing a 50-50 from this position. Looks like he's feeling pretty comfortable. Only 15 seconds remaining. And 3 goals to difference will be game 1 for GarrettG. In impressive fashion, he managed to build up a 6-goal lead before Moses managed to get his footing, oh my goodness, the double touch on accident. Garrett saying whoops in the chat. Well, speaking of getting his footing, Moses couldn't get his footing until later on in the game. Garrett misses the open net and then accidentally rebounds it in. Well played. And aesthetic, I have actually changed the title already. If you just refresh, it should say GarrettG versus Moses, which is an accurate description of what we are seeing here. I'll just go ahead and fill in a little score here while you guys are watching the end of that game. There we go. Getting ready for game 2. Moses will be wanting to start game 2 how he finished game 1. He doesn't want to go back to the start of game 1 here, because Garrett definitely had his number to start things off. Both of these guys did, of course, get those RLCS Season 2 Elite titles playing for the same team. Garrett, Moses, and Turtle was their 3rd. Your stream is cancer like this. Thank you. That means a lot to me. I appreciate that. I don't know. Did I miss a sub? I think I just did. Yes, I did. Beaker, BKR. Beaker, pretty much. Appreciate the sub. Welcome to the stream, man. Okay, Garrett is going to ready up. You came almost 4 hours later and I've only just begun casting. Yeah, I was testing out the new streaming setup pretty much today. This stream up until this point, I've just been you know, just stress testing the new streaming setup just to see will it drop frames over a long period of time. Doesn't seem to be doing that, so that's very good news. Change the name. Change what name? Okay, Moses does get a much better start here. The name looks pretty alright for me in the top left. Will Moses be able to continue on? He's got a little bit of a run of form going. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter that he got Braziled for a brief moment, because he did manage to score a couple of goals at the end of game 1, which he had, you know, game 1, it's already a loss. Oh, who got the boost? Garrett did. Moses with the bump, though. Really important that Moses got that bump on Garrett. Garrett was looking for the tap-in. Moses, again, did not take the corner boost. I think that's got to be a misplay. He could have dribbled that ball into his corner, taking the boost. Instead, he's under pressure. He should be able to secure boost now, though. But will he be able to defend his net? Garrett dodging to recover. Moses does get back. It's a smart play by Garrett there. Notice how, as soon as I switched the camera over to him, he was in the middle of a dodge. And that's because he got bumped into the air. And whenever that happens, whenever you find your car airborne, but you haven't jumped to become airborne. Moses has missed an open net. But hold that thought. Whenever you find your car in the air, but you didn't actually jump in order to get into the air, you can dodge to kill your momentum in a preferable direction. And that's what we saw Garrett doing. He tried to dodge in the direction of the play after getting bumped away from the play by Moses. You can do that from the air as well. You can just dodge to correct the play. Oh, well played by Garrett to get the save, but Moses' shooting is looking a lot better than it did in the start of game 1. He's looking a lot more threatening. Garrett knows that boost is going to respawn. 10-second timer on those. Had a good read on it. Now Moses going for a ball carry. Early flick again. Moses continues to just shoot the ball very early. And it's working right now for game 2. But only up by a goal. There we go. Another delayed dodge by Garrett. Didn't want to dodge too early and just hit the ball straight into his opponent. Okay, Moses will slow play it. He's kind of hoping that the ball is going to come away from the wall, but it will not. He just saw it was bouncing towards the wall because it had spin in that direction. Is Garrett from Brazil? No, I believe Garrett is from Atlanta. Or is it Atlanta? Is it Georgia? I don't really know. Oh my goodness, a 6-month resub. Just as Moses doubles his lead. Unbuckled globe for no message, but I appreciate you, dude. Welcome back. That's all the months currently. I think that in exactly a day, yeah, tomorrow there will be 7-month resubs if anybody chooses to do that for 7 months in a row. What a misplay that would be. Okay, doinked by Moses. He knew Garrett was lurking for another rebound. And Moses this time has taken the detour to his corner to pick up the boost, which is definitely favourable for him. King Pawn 87 subbing to Touch Prime. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy your stay. Oh, Garrett just outplayed Moses with an infield touch off the wall. Nicely done. Tall hitbox of the Octane coming in clutch. Garrett knew he could just clip that ball without jumping. There's no danger of him going underneath it. You see, Moses did not expect that at all. Crow is from Georgia too. Yeah, Crow and Jacob are both from Georgia. Is Garrett from Georgia? He's just equalized. People are asking what states you guys are from. I'll just ask them, they can tell me. Yo, Heath X Cliff, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the stream. It is Georgia, I thought so. Garrett from Georgia. I don't know what Moses is gonna say. I honestly have no idea. I think Moses is East Coast though, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Jacob, Garrett, and Kronovi are all from Georgia. So Georgia's probably the best Rocket League state for the US. But some people in Texas would want to steal Kronovi for Texas because he does currently reside there. It's not where he's from. Yeah, Zane Jackie's from Georgia as well, as Chrome just said. A lot of very good players. Where was your Twitter shout out? Another day. Mate, if you managed to get me to Grand Champ, you would have got mod, but you couldn't do it. So rip. I've already had Grand Champ, though, I don't really need it, do I? I'm just waiting for the season to end like everybody else. Well, that's a decent touch by Garrett. He's going for a cheeky outplay at the near post. And Garrett, again, just kind of protecting the ball. Notice what he did there. He just jumped in the way of the ball so that if Moses did dodge into the ball, Garrett could have countered that with a dodge of his own. And if Moses doesn't dodge, he can just land at his wheels and resume his positioning. So pretty smart play by Garrett. Oh, he's managed to get a great first touch here. Going for the dunk, can't get underneath the ball. He didn't get the lift that he wanted. The first touch was a great one though. Okay, Garrett backing off here is a surprise, but Moses missed the wall shot. Huge misplay by Moses. He's out of the game for a good while, and he's had to take a shortcut down the middle. He could not go for the 100 boost at the side of the field. Manages to get the save regardless. Moses again looking like he's starting his attacks very quickly. I want to see more patience from Moses. I want to see what happens when he goes for a slower attack. Garrett this time with the off the wall misplay. Moses will not miss this open net. 3-2. Looking to tie up the series is Moses. Usually Garrett is so comfortable in that position, but not today. He just beamed it. He's from northern Georgia, says Moses. Are they two different states? Or is Georgia and northern Georgia different states? Don't even know. My American geography is not the best. Do not get me in your team for the pub quiz. I'll definitely get the American geography round very wrong. Oh, that's definitely a pass from Garrett to Moses. Moses has an open net again. Oh, has he missed it? He has. Moses really needs to start firing on these open nets with more accuracy. West Georgia, they're both from Georgia. Why did he say northern Georgia and confuse me? I don't understand why you would do this. Again, Moses rushing the shot. He could have waited for that to bounce. Garrett was backing off. But he has given Garrett a turnover of possession. Excuse me while I bean my words. I have been streaming for a while. Garrett dodges the wrong way. Misses his shot. Moses has missed another open net. Although, to be fair to him, he was probably worried about getting demoed if he took a wider line to the ball there. He was just trying to get the ball away from his half. Garrett, can he get the full court carry on 0 seconds? The answer is yes. What a play. Garrett flicks it over his opponent. Ties the game on 0 seconds. Oh, Moses has got to be thinking, not like this. Why have I challenged on 0 seconds? Well played though, Garrett. Held his own. He did not panic. Got the second catch on the 0 seconds. He's got enough boost to challenge this, does Garrett, but he doesn't go up fast enough. Moses steals it in overtime with the face-off goal. I feel like Garrett could have gone a bit faster this. Yeah, he's feathering his boost there. It's hard to say if Garrett could have got that. He didn't use all of his boost immediately. He feathered it, so he slowed down in his approach just ever so slightly. It looked like he'd have enough, but it turned out he used too much boost on the initial face-off. Couldn't recover for the high contest, and Moses has tied up the series with a face-off goal. You guys are going to be raging about that one. Oh, I've accidentally written 2. There we go. Tell Garrett bad X Pro 90. Why? No. Why would I do that? I'm from very eastern Georgia. Moses says he feels feasted. He did just go and eat his dinner before coming to play. I'm from extremely East Georgia, also known as EU. So you guys might be familiar with that state. It's a great state. Some would say the greatest state. Face off lucky, am I right? Well, we'll have to wait and see. It was a pretty close game, and it was Moses' game to lose. He had possession of the ball, 20 seconds remaining, and he just gave it to Garrett. And Garrett did punish him for that. Oh my goodness, Moses rewarded for some aggression. He has done exactly what I talked about in game 1. He's changed up his tune a lot, not backing off anywhere near as much. Doesn't want to give Garrett space to dribble the ball into. And talking about space to dribble the ball into, Garrett is doing exactly that, but he has realized Moses is shooting the ball pretty early, so he'll probably be feeling pretty comfortable just sitting back and letting Moses take shots, so long as Moses keeps shooting the ball as early as he does. Oh, Garrett dunks Moses, gets a revenge for the kickoff goal. Yeah, definitely a risk by Garrett there, but it has a huge reward. It's a risk where if it works, he's getting a goal like 99% of the time, and this was one of those times. But of course, if Moses sees Garrett moving in there, he can flick the ball. The ball is on top of his car, so Garrett has to be careful making plays like that. Moses has got the ball past Garrett. It's going to bounce up very high. Moses will steal the corner boost. He thought about going for a shot, realized that Garrett was recovering. I'm not sure what on earth Moses is jumping off the wall here for. And Garrett, nicely done, jumps over the demo and gets a rebound in one smooth motion. Did he actually know that Moses was coming? He looked behind him. Yeah, look at that play. Garrett knows Moses is behind him, so he knows he has to jump early. I'm kind of, based on what I've seen so far, I'm expecting Garrett to take this series because Moses has not changed up his attack enough, I believe, to threaten Garrett in a best of 5. but who knows? We haven't seen the whole best of 5 yet. Oh, Moses stealing a goal here. Garrett was not able to recover it in time. And yeah, he did, of course, bean himself pretty hard here, did Garrett. I wanted to see that again, to see exactly how close. It turns out that was savable. If Garrett had just gone higher up on the wall, he would have had a save there. Okay, this time Garrett doesn't misplay the wall. Oh, and he outplays Moses. Gets a reverse goal. Doesn't flip the wrong way. I was talking about this earlier on my stream, but I'll say it again because this is, of course, a YouTube segment. That when you're going backwards like this, and this is going to sound a little bit counterintuitive, but I've told people this in the past and it has worked out for them. When you're going backwards and you want to make sure that you don't flip the wrong way, because of course when you're learning Rocket League, shadowing, and that's what we're seeing right there, you know, where you're just reversing towards the ball, is very difficult because your brain is fighting with you the whole time. You're trying to remember which way to flip, and your brain is saying, no, remember, you're going backwards, you have to flip the other way, and you're going, I don't know where to flip. Just try not to overthink it is my best advice in that situation. Just let yourself autopilot, because when you're just autopiloting there, you'll always flip the right way. As soon as you start to overthink it, that's when the misplay starts creeping. Oh, speaking of misplays, Garrett leaves his net wide open, gets immediately punished, and Delta 0_0, also known as the very wide-eyed face. I appreciate the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the channel, dude. You're the 730th subscriber, I believe, or maybe even 731st. I'm not sure. It's one of those two, though. Okay, I'm not sure what on earth is going on here. Not much to say about this play, except Moses beamed it. He was trying to go for a pinch clear and land on his wheels at the same time, but he missed the ball. So that's really all there is to that. It is 731st. My goodness, we're on the road to 750. Never thought this day would come. Even when we hit 500, I thought it was going to be like, now we have 500 subs, everybody can unsub. But that just didn't happen. Moses again with a revenge kickoff goal. He keeps on getting scored on and then just reacting with a kickoff goal immediately. Garrett looked much better in the face-offs in game 1 than he has since then. Almost a double face-off situation here, which Moses has come out the victor of. Rathalan with the sub. Appreciate you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy your stay. And thank you for the support. Garrett, very, very boost starved here. He's got literally no boost. He needs to be so careful not to give Moses any space whatsoever to do anything with. And he's done exactly that. But Moses rattles the crossbar. Smart play. Garrett is going to try and pick up a couple of boost pads. He's now 30 odd boost, or 24 or something. And he's managed to hold on. Still pretty low in boost. Notice how he's not boosting unless he absolutely has to. And now finally secures a 100 pad. And Moses still on the ball though. This is comfortable for Moses. And there we go. The solo play that I've been waiting for all series. He knows Garrett's going to back off because Garrett's been backing off and waiting for Moses to shoot early. This time Moses takes that extra touch. And that one extra touch gets him close enough to the net that he can just slam it right over the top of Garrett with no reaction. Beautiful. So there. Now. That changes everything. Because up until that goal, I would have said Garrett was a favourite. But now Moses has shown us that he can slow play this. And if Garrett keeps on giving him space, this will work very well. So now Moses takes the 2-goal lead. Low 50-50. He saw the pre-jump. Forced it low. Waits for the ball to roll down. Well played, Moses. He's now looking like the favourite here. Against Garrett of the G variety. And Garrett continues to use up 99% of his boost on every face-off. He does not have many boost... whatever you call it. What do you even call them? We'll call them boosticles. He does not have any boosticles remaining after these kickoffs. Well saved by Moses. He had to early dodge there just to make sure that he got the speed increase to hit the ball at all. I like this. Garrett's being a little bit more aggressive now. He knows he needs 2 goals, so he can't just sit back and let Moses come at him. Oh, the long distance air dribble. This did work earlier. Will it work again? Moses gets the save this time, and the ball's actually on net. Moses will not get there first, though. Oh, Garrett gave him a slither of hope that he might score. And he might have just got a long shot himself. That is actually going to go all the way in. Moses punished for letting up ball pressure for just the slightest moment. He should be boosting back, but he just turns ever so slightly. Boost testicles. Now we're calling them boosticles. Boosticles. Garrett's using like 99% of his boosticles on face-off. He's using a lot of boosticles. Not saving many. Because there's different strategies you can use in face-off. You could try and go for the first touch where you get the ball past your opponent. And that involves using pretty much all the boost. Or you can try and save as much boost as possible and just try and neutralize the ball, and then capitalize on having more boost than your opponent after they have probably backed off and given you space. Okay, Moses doesn't get the ball on top of his car before flicking. Will Garrett go off the wall? Yes, he will. He still has his dodge here. Doesn't need it this time. The top right corner is the destination. He moves the postage stamp to the other side of the envelope. Well played, GarrettG. Off the wall this time. And it's all about the first touch. That first touch, he pops the ball off the wall, and then he manages to turn his car to face the ball in the smoothest of motions. Beautiful equalizer by Garrett. Will he leave his net open? No, he won't. Well played. I was expecting Garrett to maybe get baited into the corner right there, like a moth to a lamp, but he managed to hold strong. And he's got the open net. Moses has given it to him. And suddenly, 6-4 for Moses has turned into 7-6 for GarrettG. And Moses, oh my goodness, what a terrible touch. He was trying to pass the ball to himself on the wall, and he just doesn't get underneath it at all. Does your second dodge ever expire when air dribbling? Yes, if you jump into the air, your second dodge will expire, but if you manage to get into the air without jumping, it's your dodge is always going to be there forever. Okay, Garrett. It's his game to lose now. Does give away possession. These guys don't like holding on to the possession and slow playing the final seconds of the game that they are winning. And Garrett might get punished. Has Moses done it? He has! Gets the equalizer on 0 seconds with an absolute boomer of a shot. Oh my goodness, what a play. Garrett will be kicking himself. He's made the exact same mistake that Moses made last game. He had the possession with 10 seconds to go, gives it up, and then he gets counter-attacked, and then he scores a kickoff goal. We've just seen the absolute opposite happen. What happened to Moses, or what happened to Garrett in the last game, has just happened to Moses in this game. Miraculous equalizer, getting immediately shut down with the kickoff goal. Gotta feel pretty bad, man, but GarrettG does take the game that was his to lose. I don't believe that that's just happened twice in a row, my word. Like, literally, those two games, game 2 and 3, ended the exact same way. Literally the same way. With one player who's already got the 1-goal lead, giving up possession with a clear ball instead of just holding onto it and forcing a 50-50. I feel like if you're winning by 1 and you can't get the ball like really awkwardly over your opponent, then you might as well just hold onto it and force them to come to you. We saw both of these players fail with the opposite line of play of just hitting it straight at your opponent's net on 0 seconds. Oh my goodness, Moses snipes the top corner. A lot of upper 90 shots here. These guys are trying to confuse me the best that they can by changing teams. Garrett's fake challenge did not work at all. Moses just takes a shot straight over the top of him. It was actually the correct line of play by Garrett. He got the outcome that he was wanting. He's trying to force Moses into a shot, but he just didn't turn fast enough to get back and make the save. Because of course, when you do make those fake challenges, you're trying to make your opponent relinquish possession of the ball, which is what happened. Garrett managed to make Moses hit the ball away from himself, which is good. Unfortunately, he'd taken a little bit too far of a line away from his net. But it's okay, because he managed to equalize with a kickoff goal. So all is well in the world of 1v1 for GarrettG at the moment. And again, another long shot by Moses. He mixed it up a lot more in game 3. I'm looking to see more of that from him. I feel like if he just keeps these long shots going, then Garrett will be able to get a read on that. Well, good recovery. Moses forcing an epic save from Garrett. And again, Garrett's low on boost, but look at that. He's able to pick up 2 boost pads just completely by memory. He just knew where those small boost pads were. Oh, Moses is giving the ball to GarrettG, and Garrett's got the boost. Mind game alert. No, Moses is going to go for the ball, and that alerts Garrett to go for the play on the ball as well. Another air dribble attempt by Garrett. No way! How does he do it? This time in reverse. We've seen him do an absolute plethora of air dribbles here. This time going backwards and getting a beautiful hitbox. Even if Moses did get a solid hit, Garrett would have had a follow-up. He was actually behind the ball, blocking the clear that entire time. Ridiculous air dribbling by GarrettG, and I've said this before, but the better people get at air dribbles, the more viable a strategy it becomes. Okay, Garrett with the initial save, Moses on the rebound though. But those kinds of air dribbles used to just be a huge misplay in ones because players weren't good enough to get the ball into the top corner every single time. But Garrett has shown us 3 out of 3 top corner air dribble. First going forwards off the ground, then second time going forwards off the wall, now going reverse off the wall. What is he going to do next? The creativity, just next level. But who knows? I'm looking forward to seeing what other kind of air dribbles he's got in the bag. You can air dribble from that position. You can like pop it off the wall backwards and then, you know, air roll to face the ball. I've seen Cucks do that before. Maybe that's one that Garrett could add to his repertoire. Oh, Moses tries to go for the flick over the top corner, but unfortunately does hit the post. Garrett was flailing right there, though. Moses does have the pressure. Could have gone for a demo there. I would like to see Garrett go for a demo, or Moses go for a demo, but Garrett is doing exactly that. The aggression coming in. Not a good touch by Moses, but Garrett just gives the ball straight back. A couple of misplays right here. These guys just giving away possession once or twice in a row. Moses maybe not comfortable dribbling the ball back from halfway into his own corner, which is something that he would definitely want to do in some situations. Letting the ball bounce lower is Moses. Doesn't go for the mind game though. He just continues to play the ball. Moses has been a pretty straight up player. He's not made any prediction plays or mind games. He's very much just playing heads up 1v1, which, you know, respect. He's not going to try and do anything fancy. Just going to take shots and make challenges. Very solid play. I would have liked to see a fake jump from GarrettG there. I feel like he could have got Moses to back off if he faked an aerial. Instead he just looked at the ball and prayed. And now we still got tie game. Oh, Moses with a blind bump and a second one. Will he get the third? Yes, he will. Savage stuff by Moses and gets the open net finish. Oh my goodness. Moses with the triple bump. That is absolutely savage. In some ways, it's even worse than a demo, because Garrett didn't even have a chance to spawn in the corner and make a last second save. He just looked in despair as Moses shot in the open net. Triple bump. Absolute savagery coming out from the biblical gentleman. Moses looking to tie up the series. He's got the lead here. Pretty linear dribble though. Garrett will not feel threatened there. He knows as long as he approaches the ball directly, there is no angle for Moses to shoot past him. Oh, Moses gets done at the near post. I would have loved to see Moses close the distance here as well. Yeah, Moses a little bit too passive there for sure. Forever Prospect 1. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Hopefully you will not forever be Prospect 1, but I appreciate the sub with the Twitch Prime, and glad that you're giving me more opportunities to sell out even more. Moses with the last second save, well played. Garrett threatening more close range shots. Another one. He's just putting so many questions towards Moses' net, and eventually Moses is going to run out of answers. These pops by Garrett are really awkward for Moses to deal with because the ball's almost directly on top of him. It's so hard for him to, you know, miss his own crossbar with that clear, which he was not able to do on this occasion. Garrett wanted to close this game and this series out. Well played. Garrett just controlling the ball into his own corner, getting Moses to back off as well. But that heavy first touch is going to force him into a shot. Moses, if he plays his cards right, might be able to take possession. Yes, he will. A lot of turnovers happening here. A lot of turnovers of possession. That's the one thing that these guys can definitely work better on. Oh no, Moses with the own goal. Oh no, he was trying to go for the wall clear. I don't think he realized this shot was actually going in. Look at that. Moses thought it was going to hit the crossbar, but Garrett's shot just looped right underneath. Oh my goodness, the own goal from Moses. And Garrett's putting on a good show here. I'm happy for him because he doesn't rate himself in 1v1 at all, but I feel like he's playing a pretty smart game. Oh, the marky dude, a 360 coming out from Garrett. Not able to recover and put a decent shot on the net though, and now he's got some work to do to defend his own net. Well played, Moses with the early pop. Saw the move forward by Garrett, punishes him, gets the one goal back. Had to do a little 360, easy. Hey, I'm not going to question the 360. I feel like it was a good play. The only misplay was doing such a poo shot afterwards, if you are Garrett. Oh, Garrett's got to be careful. He was leaving the net wide open. He will not get baited into the corner boost. Well played again by Garrett. Not leaving his net open, because that would have surely been a goal for Moses if he did. He is under pressure nonetheless, but hey, better to be under pressure than losing a goal. Moses just straight at Garrett once again. That is not going to work against the goalkeeper of Garrett's caliber. He was, I believe, the second highest saves in RLCS behind Fireburner, his now teammate in the Season 2. Well, in Season 2 he was second in saves. Season 3 they were teammates in NRG. And will he be able to close out this game? Or will it be a third time in a row that we won't get a game closed out? It's looking like this time Garrett will close out the game before OT. Love the little wiggle celebration. Again, Moses not challenging fast enough. Getting a little bit outplayed at the near post. There's a little cheeky wiggle off the front wheels. I love it. Garrett styling towards the end of this game. And it's looking like the favourite. Moses needed a kickoff goal and a 0-second goal to win this, or to get to overtime. But it's not going to happen. GarrettG has taken down Moses 3-1. And some pretty crazy game 2 and 3 shenanigans with overtime. But he will get the job done in 4. Well played to the GarrettG. And I think he's going to stop underrating himself, because he is definitely playing some good Rocket League in ones here. Very, very impressive stuff coming out from him. All right, sure. I'll play with you some other time. Don't worry. Off stream probably, so we can actually win some games and use the communications to get nice and salty. But hey, take care, sure. Till next time, or till next time in town as well. That's another option. Who knows what it'll be. Now, Gary, you're not as bad as you think you are. You're a smart player. You're making a lot of good decisions, and you've got the mechanics to match it.
Sorry to spam you with chairs all night, Johnny.
No, you don't have to apologise.
Just thought you deserved more money for the excellent content.
Cheeky.
Definitely not trying to get on YouTube
Very
or anything.
cheeky,
Why would you think
cheeky.
that?
Why would you think that? Well, I don't know. Why would I think that? Who's my favourite troll? That's a good question. I don't really know who my favourite troll is. But yeah, that is going to do it for tonight's stream, guys. I appreciate all the follows, all the shares, all the subs, all the hosts, and just you guys hanging out in chat. I love you all so much. But I'm going to go and throw a host over to somebody. I'll go and take a look who's streaming. Appreciate all you guys watching. Before we go, LaxBear111, appreciate the Twitch Prime sub. And just to round off the night, I believe 734 now. Oh my goodness, we're nearly at 750. It might actually happen. Appreciate you, LaxBear. Enjoy your stay in. I appreciate the support. Pentagram, he's making me stay a little longer. Thank you very much for the chairs. I notice you, buddy. But yeah, we'll see who's streaming.
Notice me.
We'll see who's streaming here. Oh, Chad is streaming. Shall we host Chad? I've not seen Chad streaming in a while. You guys, do you want to go say hello to Chad for me? And yeah, GG's Garrett, thanks for playing. That was a bit more of a gameplay stream. I wanted to test out this new setup, but in the future we'll do the casting streams. They're not going anywhere. Private lobby casting is going to be here every time I stream. I guarantee it. And I'll try and sort out a bit some of those wager matches as well, so that you can look out for them in the future. But until next time, hey, might stream tomorrow. We've done 3 in a row. Why not make it 4? Who knows? I'm gonna peace out though. Have a good night, guys, and till next time, I'll see you later.